Hey, you. Welcome back to the channel. Guys, I hope you're having a fabulous weekend. I just had a great dinner, although it's cold and rainy. Um, I'm feeling pretty good here. Uh, we've been going through this bear market. This month has been a rough month. We've seen some catastrophic things. And interesting enough, I came across this article from 99 Bitcoins where they kind of published this Bitcoin obituary. And it speaks of the 329 deaths of Bitcoin. So, haven't seen anything like this since like the Highlander movies or vampire picture shows. 329. So let's take a look at some of these stats. Deaths by year. In 2018 alone, Bitcoin died 83 times. Last year in 2017, Bitcoin died 125 times. 2016, it died 28 times. 2015, 39 times. 2014, 29 times. 2013, 17 times. 2012, it died once. 2011, it died 6 times. In 2010, it died once. What's so funny about it is how many times it dies in the same in the same calendar year. Interesting enough, if you go back to 2017, Bitcoin wasn't as high in 2017 as it is now. I kind of find that funny because there's no investment I can think of that has been able to quite do that, but it's not considered dead, right? In fact, there are many investments that are at a lower value than they was the previous year, and people don't say that they're dead. But Bitcoin seems to die almost 100 times in the same year. So that's quite interesting. I think maybe it should be changed to the depth of the Bitcoin investors. I think they're some of the people who die and never rise to return. But it would seem that Bitcoin has been stood the test of time and that it seems to resurrect from these deaths. My thoughts are, you go back to 2010, I would expect something more like Bitcoin would have died a long time ago. That it dies closer to the nuclear blast and further from it, and that it would have died more when it was in the concept or idea as a fad, right? It was just kind of fad. It was just this kind of weird thing people were doing on their computers, the mining and what have you. And I would have thought if it was going to really meet its death, it would have been somewhere back in these very early years. Now that it's seen hundreds of billions of dollars and people believe in it, you got some Bitcoin maximalists, you got diehard Bitcoin people now that you didn't have back then. I would gather that, more than likely, Bitcoin's not going to die. It's far from dying. I think it's past the death phase. Now, that's not to say that there won't be other tokens that will become very competitive to Bitcoin and may greatly reduce Bitcoin dominance. And Bitcoin might kind of become, in value correlation very closer to them. So I could see something like that happening. But Bitcoin dying, and again, if you look back to 2017, we are technically still in 2018. You go back 2017, go back to early 2017, you got a very much lower value Bitcoin than you have now, a great deal lower. And the returns that some people are getting, the investors that aren't being killed off, is got these guys still farm profits. So, these are newest, new emerging technologies, and people are trying to figure out what to do with them, and they're finding uses for them. And so, for people who are concerned about Bitcoin and exiting Bitcoin, well, maybe you're part of the 125th death or the 83 death, and maybe 2019 has several hundred deaths, and 2020 has thousands of deaths. So I don't know. When you look at it like that, that's something to think about. But I just want to mention that, guys. I thought it was interesting, the 329 deaths of Bitcoin. Guys, if you like content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and until next time, take care.